Hey everyone, how are we doing? Very warm welcome to this interview with Stephen Kuhn. So, Stephen's been smashing it over the past few months, really over the past couple of years with his Amazon business. He's got a great private label product, which might be a little bit seasonal, but certainly is getting some results. He's been doing some stuff with arbitrage as well. So, I wanted to bring him on for an interview just to discuss what he's been up to, talk a little bit about his journey, so you can learn from his wins and also his challenges as well. So, Stephen, how's it going, man? Great to have you here.
Yeah, Sam, smashing.
Fantastic. Alrighty, so let's dive in. So, you've been selling on Amazon. When did you originally get started? Has it been a couple of years now?
Originally selling on Amazon, I think I started, oh God, I think I started way back in 2018, I think.
Ah,
I was originally invited actually by Amazon when they started launching their Prime thing because I had a different drop shipping business at the time and they tried to invite me across, but I never did. I was doing eBay at the
oh,
time,
cool.
to
So
be
you were
fair.
selling on eBay. That's cool because I sold on eBay as well. I was drop shipping on eBay at one point as well. So that's cool. That works. There's a lot of loonies on eBay though, right?
Yeah,
Like it's a different
it,
animal.
it's you get some wins and some losses. I don't think I ever got consistent wins. I think the problem, but I think
It's
obviously
so
if you're trying to do a full time job as well, it's quite hard to do eBay. I do commend some people who do that. That's
Yeah, because you got to do your fulfillment, right? You got to ship the things or drop ship it and manage other people doing it, which is always a bit challenging. Okay, so you started a while ago, and then you joined Platinum. Was it quite recently?
I think I joined. I think it was over a year and a half ago. I think about a year ago. I think I know
Yeah.
I originally joined, but I didn't actually participate much within it.
Ah, I see. And then you kind of rejoined like a year ago, and
I rejoined. Well, as I joined obviously originally, and then I cancelled that one. But then after obviously obviously after that I seen the success with the product that I took from the hit list. I think um, an
jump
offer
back in.
an offer came out, and then I just joined through that offer. But I didn't. It was more like an offer came out, and I joined then and then with the offer. But I didn't think I participated for a bit. A couple more months later.
Oh, I see. So you were working with me a little while ago, then there was a little gap, and then you kind of worked with me again last year. So what I wanted to ask is like, obviously, you're thinking about jumping into a program, and some people have hesitancy or they have doubts, or like, yeah, it's just obstacles thinking, should I join this? Should I not? So did you have any doubts in the beginning?
Yeah, I did have a little bit. It came. My doubt is more: am I wasting more money again? Because I had wasted money before in other things, not just your course. I've done other courses as well, and obviously I'd had a failed product previously in the private label sector, so it did. Obviously, I have the doubt if I'm just going to be wasting more money again, and should I just carry on what I'm doing?
Yeah, well, I can relate to that, man, because obviously you're going to invest money in the program. You were going to invest money in stock and all that stuff. And it's like, what if you lose it? What if it doesn't bring a return on investment, right? So what made you finally just jump in and go, you know what, actually, I'll just do it anyway, even though you had those doubts?
Well, I think I said originally, I was part of your hit list that you set up years ago, and I took one of the products off that hit list, and that's actually my successful product today. And I launched that, and obviously after the first time when I seen those sales at that particular first Christmas, and just seeing the I was like, oh, and I just thought, oh yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
Right.
I
So,
like
so
his idea. But I think the thing I did always like about your one was test it in small batches, which I kind of like because obviously they failed my originally first product where I did order about I think it was 6 to 800. I think I've still got about 400 of them in the loft. I do need to sort them out. But
yeah.
it was that kind of thing where I like you can just do like little small test batches because everyone else was saying the opposite. So I think that's what it did.
Ah. So it was
Uh,
a couple of things. So it was the fact that you had the product that was working that you got from my list of products, which by the way, I'm so happy you launched it because so many people get those lists and do nothing. So when I see someone actually launch a product, it's great because it's like they do sell, you know, that's why I put them on the list. So that's kudos for doing that. And then yeah, you like the fact that small test batches, not going for like thousands of units straight away as well. So that makes a lot of sense. Fantastic. All right then, man. So you jumped in, you joined Platinum or started working with me again, and well, you got some results. So tell me about this. Tell me about the sales you got last month from this product that you launched.
so so this was, I think this was my third Christmas or second Christmas. I can't remember precisely off the top of my head. But I think it's fair, but I forgot to order the stock the last second year because, like I said, consistency is not my forte. That's the one
Right.
thing I do lack on a little bit. So,
Right.
I mean, I think people out there who are organising consistent will get well better results than I can get a lot quicker because I think I'm a bit scatty at times. But the sales that I got just from it was from like November up to like the last week before Christmas when I sold out. I think it totaled up at the top of my head. It was around about the 15K mark, 16,
Wow. So
around about
fifteen
15.
thousand pounds, around £15,000 in about 6 weeks. Is that right?
Yeah, around just about that. Yeah, about 6 weeks. Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. So this product sells basically is what you've discovered, and that's wow, that's cool. So now there's an issue with this product, right? It's not the perfect product that, you know, is gonna just sell forever because it's seasonal,
Yeah.
right? So when did you discover it was seasonal? Was this when you first launched it, or was this kind of, you know, after you sent the stock in?
It was more later on after the launch. I think I actually launched in a March.
Ah,
Because obviously I'd seen it before then. I think obviously once I got the idea, I originally launched the first version of it in the March, and it wasn't selling that well, but it was still getting a couple of sales. I mean, I think in the first, because obviously I was doing the launch strategy, and it was getting like 50 sales to 100 sales, but it was more like PPC pushed as well.
that per
But
day, 50 to
no month, it was kind of the
a
month
month.
when I
Oh, I
first
see.
launched it.
So in the off season in March and in April, you were running ads to it and it
Yeah,
was two
it was
sales a
not,
day.
it wasn't very profitable, but I was getting good feedback, and some people were giving me feedback on the like the packaging was sort of getting squashed and stuff like that, and it was so. I mean, I I I only had an initial batch. I had a couple hundred units initially on that one, and then so I went and done like a version two where I'd done a proper better packaging design
Ah,
and like a proper kind of more gift editable. But it was just more. It was all kind of. I got like someone on Fiverr who was really good. To be fair, he'd done me proper packaging design that I wanted that matched the kind of thing, and I launched it again more for that. And that first Christmas, I think I sold. I think I had about 500 units. I think I sold them all out.
wow. That's awesome. So you had like a version one of the product in March, got a bit of feedback from the sales. It was kind of trickling along 100 units a month, and then launched like a version two with better packaging. And then so that Christmas, it really started to take off, did it? Around that kind of end of the year. And then so now around winter time, it just sells really well, does it? Like for like a couple of
Yeah,
months.
yeah, that's what I say. I mean, obviously last Christmas, because I had that product sold very well. The previous, not the two Christmases ago, so it sold really well. Because I was obsessed, and was a bit like I wanted to continual kind of profit sales every month, and that was just
Yeah.
so at that time. So we sort of elapsed a bit like the previous Christmas elapsed, and I only ordered a couple hundred units. I didn't
Right.
order enough units for the
Oh,
actual
I
Christmas period.
see.
With this Christmas, I plan to order the most I've ever ordered. So I think I ordered I think it was 900 units. I think I ordered this
Wow.
Christmas. And literally, I wasn't expecting to sell them all to be fair, because I was trying to. I was trying this Christmas. I was trying to get so I thought I'd sell like five, maybe 600 this Christmas, and
Mm,
I'd have the 300 that would tide me over for maybe like up until like
beginning of the year, kind of.
summer or whatever, depending. Because sometimes it doesn't sell that well, sometimes it does. So that
Right.
would tide me over a little bit. So I can just order once a year in a sense. But no, I sold them all out. I actually sold
Wow.
them all out. I got up to the night. I got up to the 19th of December, so I actually missed out on a few days because they sold out before then. It was,
So this year you could potentially order even more then. You could order more than
yeah,
1,000 maybe in the summer and then maybe have a few extra for January potentially, right?
that's the overall aim. But now I have got obviously I've got the second product. It's an add-on product, the variation.
Ah,
I've just ordered them in. They're coming in. They're coming in March, so I'll be trying them out with the rest of the stuff. So I'm hope because the product, it's hard to say, but um the product it sells like really well, and this obviously variation sells to a certain ceiling.
yeah.
Whereas if I can get the both, and plus I can sell this one a little bit cheaper, so it sort of to cover the market in a sense. Where this one's a
I
little bit
see.
over.
You've got two separate, so it's like a cluster launch, right? You've got separate designs of the same product that are selling and competing with each
It's
other.
on the same listing, no, it'll still be on the same listing, like a
The
variation
variations.
listing, but it's like one would be like kind of a single, one would be kind of a bundle kind of item.
Okay. So has the bundle, so what's your price point compared to everybody else?
Um,
Did it enable you to charge more with the bundle?
yeah, because because I mean, these only, I think there's only two other sellers who sell the same concept, same cat.
Right.
Because there's one other seller who's copied me basically.
That happens.
They've copied my project. They were selling originally just I
Mm.
think on its own, but then they've copied mine. But they've done it without the kind of packaging or just in a general sense. And they're selling, I think they're selling probably about 50% half price than I am.
Wow.
But
Nice.
I was looking at the sales, not now, actually last month, so I forgot totally, but I was actually looking comparing the sales between them and me. And I think literally like I think it's like 5% difference in sales in units.
Wow. So you're
According
charging
to like
double.
according to Helium 10, do you know what I mean? So
Right.
they're getting like they're probably getting like on the exact same product, just that mine's got more better packaging in a sense. The actual they're selling 50% less, but they're only selling like probably like 5, maybe 10% more units than I am. So it's
Wow. So you must be way more profitable than them then,
I
right?
presume so.
Yeah. Unless,
And
yeah,
I
unless
don't
their
know.
cost is really low. Obviously, the more you buy, the cheaper per unit, right? So you could, I mean, you could get it even cheaper for next year, perhaps. All right. So you've got this. Sorry?
So yeah, that's what I've got it planned because I've already because my supply is really good to be fair. One of the best
Oh,
suppliers, one of the best suppliers I've worked, and they've actually come to me. And even with this new add-on product, they've actually come to me and said, "Oh, it'll be better with this." We've tested them all, and we think if you add this with it and add this with the original, that'll even push it further. And they've also come and said like source out a package for next August. So it's just getting cash flow for that.
oh, nice. Fantastic. So let's talk more about cash flow then. So obviously you've got this peak season in the winter where it sells really, really well, but then you've got the rest of the year. So in January, obviously you've been doing some arbitrage, right? So tell me a little bit about this arbitrage and how it's been going so far.
So yeah, so obviously I said that my aim was to keep myself keep myself interested and then concentrate on Amazon and not get a bit disheartened or disillusioned, which I do have a tendency to do. So I think
Hmm.
I think last year I think I only worked maximum of the whole year, probably like about 6 weeks on Amazon. That was it. The rest of the
Right.
time, I just didn't take any interest in it. I just left it. So to show what you can do, to be fair. But um, so this year it was more about focusing on getting some kind of consistency, some consistent sales, because I would like eventually to go to full time. I would prefer this to be like kind of my full time job. That would be the overall goal.
Yeah.
So I just started. I did do liquidation bits years ago, but I never really got into the full arbitrage side of things. So I
Have you
just
done a little bit of kind of, because liquidation is similar to arbitrage, right? You're buying bits and bobs.
from
units
auction.
from an auction, and then you're selling them for a profit. That's the idea.
Yeah. But
Arbitrage is kind of similar, but you're just buying less quantity, I'd assume, right? It's yeah, it's just a bit more. You have to run around the shops more. So tell me,
yeah,
tell me
you
about
can
it.
do you can do it
Got some
online
results.
as well, innit? I mean, I did. I think I was asking Angela and stuff for advice, and I did use their profitable for a little bit, and I used their kind of deal sourcing and got the ideas of what was on there, and then I sort of just took it myself and went and used helium-10, and then so on helium-10 you can do searches for private label, which is what I used to do, but you
Yeah.
can alternate that. Whereas if you take Amazon and just like search for like say products that sell like 100 units a month, or and then you can just say, if as long as it's got like three plus kind of sellers, and you know what I mean, you can search things like that, and it'll give you like little lists that you can look on, and then you
So you
can
could use
see.
that to do your product research as well, helium
Yeah,
10.
so what to do for the arbitrage side,
Oh,
so,
ah,
so, so you can search it that way. So, because obviously if you do, because you can't really sell on a private label listing, but if you generally, if there's more than three or four sellers, it's going to be an arb listing, isn't it? So
yeah.
that way you can find deals and stuff. So I was doing on that, getting deals from there, and then I was also like say doing retail arbitrage as well in the shops and stuff like that. And I did,
Nice.
to be fair, I've been quite, I mean, I think the last 30 days, I think, so my total sales is around 3,000,
Oh, nice.
but some of that is the private label product. I've already got another one that in there. So when I
Yeah.
break it down a little bit, I think on the arbitrage side, I think it's around about the 1,500. I think around about that now. I
Nice.
did
About
get one, but
1,500 from arbitrage, 1,500 from private label this month, something like that.
roughly, yeah, I think so. Not, I'd have to break down the figures. I did get because I've actually I want to click one today. I've had the worst two sales today and yesterday.
Oh, really?
I think I've done about £30 in the last 2 days.
It happens, man. I have the same thing.
It's always the way.
Hair out, trying to figure out why they're not buying, right? But there's nothing you can do.
There's a buy box. Everyone just keeps lowering the prices. It's sad. It's sad.
Um,
Yeah. But over the weekend, because I did find because Tesco were doing a good clearance of toys recently, so I got a few of them in the games, and they've been doing all right. But when I was in the Tesco's, I found this product. It was on clearance, and they were selling it for 18.75. But then I looked up on Amazon, it was selling for 60 quid
wow.
on Amazon. So I was like, oh, and obviously I could sell it. So I was like, okay. So what I've done so I basically got that product, and then I went to 8 Tesco's around my area, and
Just
some of
cleaned
them
up.
weren't, some of them weren't selling it discounted, some
Um,
were. So I ended up getting I think 7 units. I think I got in the end overall for
nice.
Tesco.
And what's the profit on each one of those?
But literally, I sent them in and they sold. So from Thursday to
Wow.
Sunday, they all sold. All seven of them sold. So I don't.
Wow.
And the actual profit was £160, wasn't it, for the whole seven?
Wow. Six, seven products and how much? £130 profit.
£160. It's
£160.
£159. Yeah, it's just.
Oh man. So can you find more of those then? Do you think there's more?
I don't know. I mean, because I'm the ones that I went to that were on clearance. I took them all, didn't I? So, but then I've been
Right.
I went to a few other ones, and they were selling them at normal price. They didn't clearance them, so it's not like it's like store specific kind of deal, I
Have you
suppose.
tried ringing them up? Because when I was doing the call blockers from Robert Dyers, I would call up all the Robert Dyers and just be like, look, do you have this call blocker, the CPR 106, whatever it is, and just see if they had them in. Have you tried ringing them up?
Oh, yeah, I could try that. Yeah. I'll try. I think about that. Yeah, and
That'd be
I'll try.
worth it, man. Because yeah, that's how I managed to get like 28 of them. I was buying them from a fiver and selling them for 39.99. I managed to get 28 just by ringing because yeah, the Robert Dyers they're all over the place. I didn't want to travel
Yeah,
without
that's it.
knowing, but that could be an idea, man. That's so cool. Okay, so yeah, you've got the private labels moving. You've got a new one on the way. You've got some arbitrage going. So what are your goals for this year? What are you aiming to do?
My goals in general is to obviously help people on Slack. I do like that. To be fair, it's
Oh,
kind of
nice.
kind of thing. I think I am originally from a nursing background, so I do kind of like all that.
Oh,
But my goals for this year is consistency,
mm,
is mindset, consistency. Um, the problem is I've gone a little bit like lately. I've gone a little bit more. I do have ADHD, so I do go tunnel vision at times. So I have
right.
got tunnel vision into arbitrage, which I've sort of left the PL side a little bit. Not done nothing on that the past month. So it's trying to find the balance, isn't it? But as long as I think my main goal for this year and for next year is to try and towards full time income, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it's just being consistent, consistency, and not having if I have any setbacks or any anything that anything that might I don't know, like just a setback or something like a bad sales days or whatever, and I haven't done nothing terrible for the month or whatever. Refunds they do made in the times, but it's like not taking them setbacks personally and then going, oh, forget about
Mm.
it. Not, just leave it for like weeks, months.
Right. Yeah, that's the key thing with mindset is yeah, if you have a setback, reframe it, right? Just try and reframe it and look at it from a different
Yeah,
perspective and
yeah.
just get
But
excited about the process again, you know?
that's what I said, because I mean, I remember I posted in the Slack, and I was like, oh, and I was a bit disappointed with I think I was just disappointed with the sales that I had or something with the arbitrage. And then when I sort of took myself back and looked at it and thought, oh, hang on, why am I disappointed? That's not too bad, actually, the results. And it's
Right.
that kind of, I think when you're in the zone, sometimes you're like, you get, and that's the one thing I would say to people is like, sometimes you just need to take a step back and think, oh, look, and pat yourself on the back and how far you have come, regardless of whatever level you're at, whether you made a first sale or you made your millionth sale, it makes no difference. I don't think. I think it's about taking that moment back and thinking, maybe I've done well there, and because I don't think we do that enough. I think
No.
we're always eager to get to the next level or do this or do that, and we can be a bit harsh on ourselves. But as I think sometimes we do need to like pat ourselves on the back a little bit and
Man, I mean, I'm pretty bad at it, to be honest. Like
I can
celebrate,
imagine.
I'm bad at it. I mean, I have to do it deliberately. So that's one of the reasons, when we have the group coaching calls with Platinum, I always start with wins. I'm like, all right, tell me your wins, tell me your wins. And everyone's like, oh, actually, I've done stuff the past couple of weeks. I have got wins. And it's like, is you forget because you always get so wrapped up in what you haven't done, what you need to do next, the next milestone. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a really good point, man. All right. So, what would you say to people who are thinking about, jumping into Amazon or jumping into Platinum or working, thinking about jumping into our community and working with us? What would you say to them? What would be your advice?
So yeah, just go for it, isn't it? Just I mean, obviously, I don't come with I wouldn't say come with the ideas that you're going to be a millionaire overnight or anything along them, because it's not that type of thing. The year's work that you've got the tools are there. Don't get tools are there to help you, and the community's there to help you along the way, but you have got to put the work in as well. It's not like you just come and that's it kind of thing. Because imagine you must get a few then that come along that just expect everything.
Yeah, well, some people think, yeah, you push a button and instantly you make billions of sales, and it's not like that. You do have to build the business. You have to launch the products, and yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the same time, I'd say it's a lot easier than other business models. Like it's easier than eBay, right?
Yeah, yeah.
eBay's crazy, man. The amount of work, the amount of hours. So last year you put in like a little bit of work, shipped some stock in, and then made that 15K for like 6 weeks. If you
Yeah,
would have
so
done that on eBay, how many hours do you think that would have taken to get those sales? Like you would have had to ship everything to the customer, do with all the questions. Like it would have been insane, right?
I think it was 900 units, wasn't it, in 30 days? You're trying to ship 900 units.
So the post office with fucking bags and it's like that, man.
Like,
But in
I
that
mean, you
respect,
can
it's
get them collected these days, can't you? But it's like, nah,
right.
it's just imagine doing 900 units. I mean, it does remind me because I did do 1 year ago on eBay where I did sell, I think I had a product and I think I sold like, I think it was like 130 units in like 3 days or something on eBay. And
Wow.
I had to package them all. And I was like, oh, never again, never again. Never again. I actually
Yeah.
hate packaging now and the arb side when you have to like boxes and
So
it's
nice. Just let the supplier sort everything out, put it in the packaging, and then
Ah.
let the FBA center send it to the customer. It
But the
is
way,
a nice business model.
the way I work, the way I think on the models, I think like say so you have arbitrage, then you probably have wholesale, then private label, and then brand. I think that's the way it is, and I think
Mm,
arbitrage is good to start to get used to it, and some people might like that, and you can get into that, and then wholesale's a bit more where you're getting into getting bigger units and getting delivered to you, and sometimes you get them straight sent into Amazon.
yeah.
Whereas private label's creating your own kind of product, and I think you're in more control. No thing of the buy box or pricing or anything like that, and you can get it all set up so it literally. I mean, I don't. I get it personally sent to me so I can drip feed into Amazon. It's just my personal preference, but you can
Right.
get your product sent straight to Amazon, can't you? And the brand is the ultimate. I think top because if
Yeah.
you can create something and get a following, and you can get um like even like a certain product and people follow you, you can charge what you want. You don't have to battle with other people for prices and charges on the same item. You can,
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you kind of dictate the price in the market in a way. Like that's what brands like Joseph and Joseph do.
yeah,
No, they just charge what they want because people go, well, it's Joseph and Joseph. Same with
that's
like
it.
Apple, right? It's like, well, it's Apple. I'll pay whatever. People are paying like what is it, like £4,000 for like a monitor or whatever. Like
Uh,
it is they control it, because people
American,
trust them. Yeah, man.
but that just proves the power. But I just think on the levels, I do think the arbitrage side can be, but I
So there
don't.
you're jumping on. The good thing about arbitrage is you're piggybacking on brands.
Yeah, you're piggybacking on
Like
that.
you're selling products that already sell. So that's why.
Yeah.
So what was it you did this week? Is it a few hundred sales or something? I saw a screenshot in the Slack group.
Oh, I done this week. I think I'd done it was 1,250, wasn't it, in sales?
Wow, with arbitrage. So that's because you're selling other people's brands, right? You're buying it cheap, selling it for a profit, and you're piggybacking on the work they've done. So that's why arbitrage is super powerful.
It is. I just think I think the arbitrage had it. I think that's I would be if you had a full-time job and trying to do that. I think that would be hard. I think with the
Yeah,
private label, I think is the easiest model. I think if you can get into that and you can get a successful established product.
definitely.
I think
Arbitrage is like it's a bit of a hustle, right? You've got to keep sending in the stock.
Hmm.
It takes a little bit more time to find the products quicker. Like you can get sales, like you sent sales in last week and they sold by like Sunday. So
Well,
it's quick.
I only started arbitrage and my first product went live on January the 15th.
Oh wow. Right. So you can get quick results, right? With well,
We're not even into a month yet, and I'd say I've done probably about 1,500 in sales in arbitrage.
well, there we go. So it works quick.
Hmm.
But yeah, you don't want to be doing it forever. You want to transition to private label and then like with your product, you just send the stock in and then it just sells basically without you doing a whole lot. Yeah,
A lot more, I think, because I think it's a lot more upfront work. I think with private label because you got to get
yeah,
the listing and get the sales and get the product right and get the rankings and stuff and that. But I think once you've got that kind of there, I mean, I think at Christmas, I think with my product, I was for the main keyword, I was fluctuating between like second and like seventh. Do you know what I mean? But because of that, I did have consistent sales leading up to that. I was
yeah.
up there. You know what I mean? In the research results, and I think if you can just if you once you've got that, it is pretty easy to run them, and you
Yeah, because
can
you just replenish the stock, right? Once it's starting to run out of stock, you just send in more and it just keeps selling. I mean, so I guess the next step for you will be, okay, now you've got a product that sells well in the winter. You want to balance the portfolio, get a product that sells around, all year round or products that sell well in the summer. And just so you just have those consistent sales every month. And that's that.
consistent sales is what I want really. To be
Yeah.
fair, it's cash flow has been my biggest issue. I think
Right. So we
I
just
think
want consistent cash coming in. Consistent
just
profit.
so just I need to get more organized and get the flow of the cash. I think is probably the better. I did think with the arbitrage side was to get me to see if I can get a bit more better on the cash flow, but get the sales to keep me interested as well within Amazon. And but
Mm.
it is tough trying to do because I mean like I think at one point the other week it was like 9 boxes I think I'd done and like
Right.
I just finished shift at work as an Uber driver, so I just finished work and then I got to do that 9 boxes and it was like
Right. So you want to get to the point where you can just
16
do this
hours.
and not do the job, and
But
you want to do this but not do the job eventually, right? And
yeah, I'd happily do I'd happily do all the all the packaging and also if that was my full-time job.
right.
Don't mind, I'd do all that. I'd like I said, I'd do either or all the options if it made me like if it matched my income that I needed to live. That I'd be happy to do that. Doesn't bother me. I mean, I would
Mm.
prefer to do the private label and get that big because I think that gives you way more free time.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's what we're going to hopefully see from you next year. So, Stephen, I'd love to have a catch up with you later on in the year and see, we'll do another interview like this if you want and just see how your results are going.
Yeah,
And hopefully, yeah, man, you'll be a lot closer to replacing your full-time income.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do
cool.
apologize. I do chat a bit.
No, no, it's great. It's good stuff, man. I think people are going to find this very, very insightful. So thanks so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks so much, man. It's been great catching up.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me.